Dev means God and Kund means reservoir. The place is so true to its name. I went to the Devkund Waterfall trek in July, when the monsoon is generally at its peak. We did our breakfast at Karan's place, and you can also check out the description for contact details. As the waterfall is gaining popularity with the time, it tends to get crowded as time passes. So I would have recommended you to start early to have a larger probability of having the waterfall to yourself. Devkund Waterfall is around 100 kilometers from Mumbai. One can get down at Karjat and take a bus to Pali and then changes the bus to reach Patnus Village. Devkund has recently gained a popularity and finally I could go there this year. If you are a beginner in trekking, this trek is perfectly fit for you. It would be a very unfair if I keep on glorifying the waterfall and not the journey that leads to it. The trek starts from the Patnus village and it takes about 2 to 3 hours to reach the waterfall. The trek is easy and very picturesque. At the caution part, there were a reported causes death, and since then it became mandatory to have a local villager as a guide in the monsoon who charged ₹50 per person. It is advisable to contact the villagers beforehand to know the proper situation there. The trek got more and more pleasing as the count of my steps increased. It was the only green where I could see. On my right were mountains with the numerous tiny waterfalls, and adding to the fine experience, it was raining. There is a lake in the initial trail patch, which is Bhira Lake. And this charted board is a sign that you are traveling in the right direction. If you have more days with you and looking forward to doing another trek in the region, you can check out the other one jungle trek also. Then moving ahead, we had to cross the Kundalika river a few times. The increased water flow was making it difficult, but it was so worth it. Villagers replaced the old wooden bridge with this new aluminium one, out of concern for the hikers' safety. While crossing the jungle, these signs on the trees direct us to the waterfall. As it is the peak of the monsoon, the Kundalika river flows very rapidly. Interesting thing about the Devkund waterfall is, it's also known as the Virgin Waterfall since it is previously unknown to the rest of the world until it became popular on the social media. We must cross another bridge that allows us to cross a river after 1 hour hike. This nature trail is a flat about the 70% of the trek. The remaining 30% climbs up is uphill through the thick forest and boulders. We need to be very careful as it's raining at the time. The water pressure in these river streams is a lot, which is powerful enough to wash away the people with its pressure. The trek is mostly through the forest with a few ascents towards the end. which is not a very difficult, and but it's a very rewarding when you finally get to see the waterfall, which we are hearing since a while. I couldn't contain myself from getting immersed in the reservoir completely. This is what you do when you get access to the nature in such a pure form. The trek of the Devkund Waterfall finally ends with the rocky path and the open downwards revealing the roaring waterfall. It is a sight to be a behold, and the pool of the water at the bottom seems like it comprises of the several colors. The view of the gorgeous Sahyadri mountains and the rugged terrain of the green field looks magnificent. It is truly breathtaking. Devkund is a substantial plunge waterfall, where the water from the high prominence directly drops down without touching the rocks. The sound of the fall is therapeutic, and the water is pristine and crystal clear. The place is magic, unspoiled and pure. I always crave for a beautiful monsoon experience nearby, and this one was an important tick of my bucket list. I was really mesmerized to the apex. Many thanks to the Karan and his team that has aided me to have such a great experience of my life. I am really looking forward to doing such more treks with him in future. Life is short and the world is wide, so start traveling.